But on that note, we got a couple more little quick hitters, which brings us to your favorite segment, my favorite segment, everybody's favorite segment. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheap Pops.
What does everybody want? What does everybody need?
Oh, another cheap pop.
What does everybody love?
Oh, that cheap pop is there for the taking.
All right, coming up today on Cheap Pops, AEW apparently is getting another show. Bobby Lashley posts on Instagram. Motor City Machine Gun find a new home. That and so much more. Well, just a little bit more. And let's start at the top. AEW. They apparently have gotten another TV show. Now, this isn't inked. This isn't confirmed. All this is right now is a rumor. The rumor is they are in talks with Fox, who just got rid of SmackDown. I want you to keep that part of it in mind. And they have this show called AEW Shockwave coming to the Fox family.
Did they get rid of SmackDown, or did SmackDown just leave?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both. I think SmackDown, no, my guess, this is just my guess.
Yeah.
SmackDown was probably too much for them. They weren't getting out of it what they thought they were getting. That was just my guess. It's like, oh.
So even though WWE is on the hottest streak it's been on in decades and all that shit, Fox is going to be like, nah, we don't want them. We want this other show that nobody's going to watch.
We care about ratings and ticket attendances, so we're going to bring in AEW instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't AEW have a third show that nobody watched?
Well, they still have it. So they have right now on the lineup, they have, we're not going to count ROH. So they have Rampage, they have Collision. Those are the two shows that no one watches. And then Dynamite. They have Dynamite. So they're adding a fourth show.
Barely anybody watches that one too.
Yeah. So they have a fourth show coming in, and it is going to be Shockwave. Now, again, this is just rumor mill. I don't believe it, honestly, because, again, why would Fox get rid of WWE for AEW? Doesn't make sense.
Unless it was WWE's choice to leave Fox.
Yeah, we could have gone either way.
And then now Fox needs to keep that wrestling audience.
What the thing said was Fox wants to stay in the wrestling business. I guess they just got to take AEW, but they didn't want to pay for.
Yeah, they want to stay in the wrestling business, but they don't want the number one wrestling business on their network. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, again, what they had to pay for it, that goes into consideration.
But if what they're paying for is on the hottest streak it's been on in decades, it's not like they're paying for 10 years ago WWE or even 3 years ago WWE.
That's true.
They're getting record gates and ticket sales, and everybody's kissing babies. Got bracelets.
Bloodlines.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know why AEW would need another show, but they do have 9 million people.
So dumb.
Speaking of AEW, there was a moment on Bobby Lashley's Instagram that he posted. We'll go over to Instagram. So Bobby Lashley, he posts this picture here. If you can see it here, he is posing with the WWE title, the United States title, the Intercontinental title, the TNI title, and the ECW title. And the caption is, "The journey is far from over." So people took this and said, oh, he's teasing AEW right there because he has titles and pictures. So
okay.
Yes, everybody made the jump that this is an AEW tease. I'm sure he will be in the AEW. So, and by the way, how's Ricochet working out over there? Someone let us know, because
well, apparently he had a 5-star match against some fucker on Dynamite.
Well, that's the problem. He was just getting brought in to do matches. Now he's done his match, and now on a thing with the Beast Mortas, which I did call, by the way. I want to point that out. I called it. I said that was one of his dream matches, and I put that in quotes. One of the dream matches. He's gonna go over there and wrestle the Beast Mortas, and now it's happening. So we're not even a month in, and that's already Tony Khan is shooting the wad on that.
Don't even know who that is.
It doesn't matter. So yeah, AEW, they're bringing in Bobby Lashley, and in exchange, they are losing the Motor City Machine Guns. There was a report that they're signed, sealed, and delivered to WWE, and their debut is imminent to NXT. And we've talked about this so many times. This is like seems to have been rumored for like the last year. Probably not that long, but you get it. So yeah, they're going to WWE officially, and they're going to be in NXT, which that in itself caused a lot of I can't believe the 20-year vets that is the Motor City Machine Guns are going to developmental. So
Well, even the Bloodlines in NXT now, so
yeah, NXT is far from developmental now.
I think the matches and stuff and who they have compete in NXT, that's still developmental, but all the main roster people are on NXT.
Yeah, I mean, it seems from the outside looking in, I don't get to watch NXT week to week, so I don't know for sure. Like, I'm not in the weeds on it, but they hired the Motor City Machine Guns. They brought in Julia. Apparently, Julia is supposed to be the face of the company going forward, or for NXT. The little clips I've seen of Julia, seems like she is, getting the rocket strapped to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like a Asuka type run. So they brought in Julia. They got the Stephanie Vacure. They got something named Delta. That's right. Go ahead and type away. I said something named Delta. I'm not going to pretend to know what Delta is, who Delta is. I don't know. There's this big thing on the internet. It's like, if you say something positive about Julia without knowing every match she's ever done, you're a poser. Delta is also in that little list. Like, oh, you know shit about Delta. You're right. Thank you. But they got the Delta thing. They got Ethan Page. So all that to say, they're bringing in talent that aren't like NIL nobodies. They're hoping and praying to turn out to a superstar like Gable Steveson or that one Olympian they just signed that already got cut. Next up, another WWE signing. And this is someone that they're bringing back. They have signed a new Legends contract. That is Armando Alejandro Estrada. And that would be the old manager to Umaga. And he had a little stint, as we just learned, from being the general manager of ECW. He, I guess, still is in the wrestling business, and he is signed to the Legends contract.
Good for him.
And I was telling you off air, I think you bring him in, you pair him with Jacob Fatu, and we recreate the Umaga dynamic. I think we could do it. He'd be the mouthpiece. Jacob Fatu just like destroys people. I think that's some magic there.
Jacob Fatu destroying people is magic, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be the mouthpiece. Maybe he's the mouthpiece for the new bloodline. That'd be a little bit much.
He'd be the new Paul Heyman.
Yeah, we'll definitely see where it goes with him. Hopefully he'll make it to TV and have a lot of help there. So I want to read this headline. We're not going to deep dive into this, as I saw what was happening with the story. I dipped my toe back out. But the WWE, they're in hot water. So as you saw, SmackDown had his USA debut. They had a lot of the legends come back.
Mm-hmm.
One of the legends was Vickie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Which prompted a little bit of Twitter heat for Vickie Guerrero and for WWE. Why are they bringing her back? And I'm going to take you over to bodyslam.net. And the headline that bodyslam.net did for SmackDown's review, and this will tell you everything you need to know about this story, because I don't want you to think I'm lying here. So this is the headline. Vickie Guerrero takes a break from defending her daughter's alleged abuser to appear on SmackDown. Now, this is supposed to be a journalist, right? This is the headline. So if you do a little deep dive into this, apparently Vickie Guerrero's daughter accused Vickie Guerrero's current husband of a little bit of the SA.
Which
assault.
Vickie Guerrero denied.
Yes, and Vickie Guerrero came back and said that it's not true, and I guess that's enough for her to be a villain. Because how dare you not take your daughter's side?
How dare you be there and know exactly what's going on? Nick Perkins has all the fucking information. Why talk to Vickie? Nick knows everything.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So again, I don't want to deep dive into that whole thing because I don't know too much about it. side of those two things. The daughter said
There was
one thing,
there was
she
an
said another.
accusation. Vickie squashed it down, and now everybody's pissed off at Vickie because we're supposed to automatically just believe this other bitch.
Well, it's 2024. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Well, we are now in a time where you're guilty until proven innocent. And then even if you prove innocent, most people are out at that point, so you're still guilty.
Yep.
Like Enzo Amore, he got kicked out of the company, and then it proved that that lady was lying. I think even she said it. She was lying.
After the fact, yeah.
But his name was cleared, and he's still not in the WWE, and he's still never be in the WWE.
Yeah, they could probably take the time to at least say Enzo's probably not as bad as we thought he was or something.
Yeah. But nope. And then our last note here. Ladies and gentlemen, the day we've all been waiting for is finally approaching. It is finally near.
Who's starting
That-
OnlyFans?
No, not that one, unfortunately. Yeah, I could say you would get there. The other day we've all been waiting for, and that Def Rebel. Their contract is set to expire, and as the rumor mill goes, WWE is not going to be picking up that contract. So we are getting rid of the Def Rebel band or whatever they are. Now, if you don't know, Def Rebel is the group that makes all the bad music right now that no one likes. So they are on their way out. In exchange, it is said that WWE is going to be using more mainstream artists, like you heard on the debut of SmackDown with Megan Thee Stallion. So WWE is going back to licensed music.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's necessary. Like, we just need wrestling music that fits the character. I don't want to hear Journey.
AEW does that, and it's really distracting.
It doesn't fit.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's too close to UFC, I guess.
Some wrestlers having, like CM Punk with Cult of Personality, that works. But then you have John Moxley coming out with the Wild Thing, trying to look like a badass. Wild Thing! And he's got a scowl. You make my heart sing. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't really go.
And Orange Cassidy uses Jefferson Starship, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And apparently Tony Khan pays a lot of money for those things.
Yeah,
but
just,
I think it's an unnecessary expense.
Then you're going to get like Post Malone. It's not even going to be good artists.
Yeah, it's going to be new artists. And I know exactly what they're trying to do. Because right now, well, that too. Surprise, surprise. But right now, it's so popular. Jey Uso comes out. There's fan involvement. Now Randy Orton, people sing along to his theme. They're just trying to create fan involvement to help maybe get some of the people over more. Oh, if you got a song they'll sing, then you're pretty much over now. I think that's what they're trying to do. And also, yeah, you involve artists, so now you can cross over to the mainstream. Wait until someone walks out to, I don't know, Katy Perry or something. Fall Out Boy. Linkin Park with their new bitch.
Who apparently is like Vickie Guerrero.
Yes, and also in a cult. This is just
she's in a cult
on
too?
the internet. Well, she's part of Scientology, so
that's weird.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Is the rest of the Linkin Park Scientologists? Because I thought Scientologists could only hang out with Scientologists.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't need the licensed music, right? You can
Jim Johnson didn't license music.
Yeah, he made music like Razor Ramon.
You just need to get
get
a musician.
Yeah, get a musician. You don't necessarily need licensed vocals, but that seems to be the way they're going to go.
I'm against it.
I don't like it either, but we'll see how it turns out for them. But as always, let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you into the music? Are you not? Let us know what you think of any of the other stories.